and from the fire a hero was forged. For that is when our Hakon became the legendary Blackjack. Mm-hmm. But Lenny was not happy. For she understood what Hakon donning that mask really meant. Hakon was now honor-bound to save Korsova, and they would not be leaving the city anytime soon. Not that it mattered, since they were currently trapped in Old Korsova, with all manners of folk. And let me tell you this, it got really weird.
Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Friday night. I'm Kevin from Level 9, and tonight we're playing the Pathfinder Adventure Card Game. Okay, where's Hakon, Lenny, and Fumbus been today? Well, last episode, they barely escaped with their lives from the academy of their friend, Vincarlo. What is his name again? Vincarlo Oracini, the water dancer. His academy for fencing and stuff was burning to the ground. It was a sanctuary for the team as they had to flee from Korsova into Old Korsova, which is, my understanding is Old Korsova is built inside, well, obviously Korsova is built around Old Korsova, and it's kind of on an island. There's bridges going in, and those bridges, a lot of those bridges have been burnt and taken care of because, well, during the plague, so the plague wouldn't spread. So they were kind of Old Korsova, and everybody who lived there was kind of left on their own to fend for themselves. A little bit of a wild area. And because of that, the new law in town, the Grey Maidens, the only law in town, the Queen's Guards, don't care who goes in as long as no one comes out. And so the team is now stuck there. So they went there expecting safety, hoping for safety at least, and Vincarlo took them in and woke up and everything was burned to the ground. Vincarlo is nowhere to be seen, and they're being attacked by these weird red mantis assassins. At the end, they managed to kill all the assassins and destroy whatever was bringing them there, and this summoning circle thing, and but no sign of Vincarlo. And let me check. Yeah, we got sound here. Sound like I have a cold or something. Okay, so but they did find one thing. They found a very interesting thing. When they went back in looking for Vincarlo, they found a secret wardrobe. And in that wardrobe, they found that Vincarlo was the legendary hero of Korsova, Blackjack. Hakon could not resist. A man of great story could not resist the idea of donning that mask and becoming himself the Blackjack to save the Blackjack. He got lost. He got caught up a little bit in it. But now he is Blackjack, which came with a cool mechanical thing because this is the first time we get to choose roles. If you're not familiar with Pathfinder Adventure Card Game, at some point as you progress, you can choose a role. And basically what that means is, to give you an example, Lenny here has a card. It's a role card. There's two sides to it. There's two different roles. One's called World Walker, and the other is called Wild Whisperer. And basically what it does is it goes over, replaces the bottom half of her card, of her this part of her card. Actually, it'd be more like this. That gives her the powers and stuff, and it adds new powers that you can check off to level her up. What I chose was Wild Whisperer because it definitely runs in sync with how I've been playing Lenny. And the new thing I've chosen is I can recharge a card to roll D10 instead of your normal strength, dexterity, or constitution die. My strength, constitution and dexterity are D8, so that's not a huge jump, but her strength is only a D4, so I thought that would be, and that's any kind of check. Rain survives! Welcome, my friends. Where's my chat box, actually? That's weird. Hold on. I didn't even notice that I lost my chat. Huh. Here, I'll do this. Rain survives. You are a TT2KB, aren't you not? One of the boys? Okay. Part of that group indeed. Well, welcome. So, so Lenny is now a wild whisperer. Hakon, this is the cool thing about him becoming, him taking the blackjack mask and powers is he actually, this set came with a blackjack roll for any character, whoever decides to take it. Right on. Me too. So Hakon, instead of taking the given Hakon roll card, I took the blackjack card, which is just single-sided, but gives him blackjack type powers. He's the hero of Korsova. This one gives you an automatic. This is kind of a neat thing. After drawing on my starting hand, I draw 3 additional cards. I draw 3 additional cards, and that becomes my kit. Actually, I get to set aside 3 cards. So I draw 3 additional, set aside 3. That becomes my kit. At the start of my turn, I can exchange a card in my hand for a card in the kit. And then, of course, he gets other boxes he can check. I chose the... Hakon now has acrobatics, stealth, and the main reason I took this is because of the diplomacy, charisma +3, because he gets to use diplomacy when fighting and a bunch of different things. And then finally, Fumbus is a boom shaker. He at the end of your this is why I took it, because he's always running incredibly low on cards, and always almost dying every adventure. At the end of your turn, if there are more cards in your discards than in your deck, you may bury a random card from your discards to heal 1d4. So that's cool. That stuff starts reminding me of some of the Gloomhaven mechanics. Right, so we leveled up, okay, at the end of last mission. We're still stuck in Old Korsova. Dawn comes around. The academy's a bit in shambles. There's, half of it's burnt to the ground. They start heading out into the other parts of Old Korsova to kind of get a feel for where they are. Maybe find some friends, look for Vincarlo, and maybe figure out a way to get themselves out of Old Korsova. They're drawn to this loud noises. There's a large crowd gathered somewhere, so they're drawn to that. And in a plaza in the they figure it must be in the middle of Old Korsova, there seems to be a big brouhaha going on. There's a large crowd. There's a stage with a throne that's like a crazy facsimile of the Crimson Throne that someone had made up, and there's this crazy looking dude who's sitting on it, kind of holding court. He's got this little gnome with his face hidden by a hood sitting next to him, and they've got a guillotine that's up. So not sure if this is going to be a public execution or what, but suddenly the Hakon, Lenny, and Fumbus get up there, and they're checking everything out, and they're thinking, okay, maybe this isn't our scene. And suddenly this woman cries out right next to Hakon. She cries out, and when Hakon looks at her, she looks at him and winks, and then she cries out, "Where is Salvatore Scream?" And the guy at the throne catches this, and it seems it catches attention right away. And he turns, he's like, "How dare you? How dare you come before the Emperor of Old Korsova and make demands? Tell me, Jabir, does anyone do that?" He's apparently Jabir's the little gnome who everybody's gone quiet, and it giggles in some weird manner, and he says, just goes, "Nope, nope, nope." So the Emperor goes on, "Salvatore Scream, the most talented artist in all of Korvosa, is a guest of the crown. Only those who would win my game may catch a glimpse of his grandeur. Those who lose are fed to the tall knife. Then we will win your game, the elf says, and grabs a hold of Hakon. And Hakon's like, what the? And she raises their hands. And and then the elf says, what game are we playing? What is your game? And the crowd screams, Blood Pig. This is a very interesting little adventure, and I'd actually like to play this in Pathfinder, this whole path, because of little things like this. The rules of Blood Pig are as follows, shouts the gnome. Pig goes in hole, 1 point. All pigs in holes, most points win. Now, they're talking about these pigs, and the crowd parts, and there's all these squealing piglets in one cage, and then there's a pit right near the stage, which contain ravenous wolverines. So they're going to let these pigs loose. This is the mission tonight. They're going to let the pigs loose. Hakon, Linny, and Fombus have to, now they're part of this game, have to, we want to be the ones that win, because we don't want the tall knife, right? We got to catch the pigs and throw them in the pit. There's going to be, and there's going to be a large crowd we have to deal with of other people who are playing this game. We have no idea who this woman is. We have no idea who Salvatore Scream is. It's basically going to be going with the flow from a fictional standpoint. The crowd goes nuts. Other people seem to have joined. There seems to be a small set of the crowd that is now part of the Blood Pig game. Before Hakon, Linny, and Fombus can, really process what's going on, the pigs are let loose and they go nuts. There's like 8 pigs that go nuts, that go through the crowd into the plaza, and a big chunk of the crowd goes off chasing the one that's apparently the one that's playing it, or chasing one of the pigs, going off towards the west side of the plaza. Hakon, thinking quickly, looks at the crowd. He goes, he goes to Linny and Fombus, I'm going to follow the crowd. You go try to find some of those other piggies. And so we're gonna split the team up tonight. Fombus and Linny, which is a rare team up for this. And then Hakon's gonna go on his own. Linny starts first as usual. Her and she and Fombus are going to be in the plaza. Mechanically, what we do, and I got to remember to do this, at the beginning of... I got to keep this open right here, just to make sure I do it all correctly. At the beginning of a turn, I've got to randomly determine a location. There are 4. And we're going to put the Blood Pig belt, and that's going to represent the crowd that Hakon is chasing after. And he's going to have to fight through the crowd to figure out where the next... you've never seen the Pathfinder Adventure Card Game? You should, yeah. It's good. This is the newer version. It's been through several different sets. This is kind of like V2. It's more of just a card game. I just kind of add the fiction to it, but it actually comes with a story. This is all story that's come from the book, but it's not meant to be a role-playing game. Let me put it that way. Doesn't mean we can't make it a role-playing game. All right, so Hakon's following this crowd. He's got to fight his way through to make sure they don't get a pig, and he can find out where that next pig is going. This is going to be determined randomly every turn, and he's going to have to deal with it every turn. And if he loses on it, then we draw a card off one of the location decks, and it goes into a special deck that will be worked into a new location after we're done here. This is the first location, one of the 4. Let's roll. It's going to be a D8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Blood Pig bout. The crowd has headed towards a bunch of look like abandoned shacks on one side of the plaza. And so Hakon's off to deal with that. Oh, shit. No. Well, yeah. Okay, so this is every turn. So that means my little plan isn't necessarily going to work, because it would mean that we're all chasing after it all the time. Maybe we do it that way. Maybe these guys are going to split up. Yeah. Maybe that'll be fun. All right. We're going to try that for a little bit. What at first we took as a large group of subs of the people who are apparently playing Blood Pig. They're just splintering off into smaller groups as they're chasing different pigs. Fumbus, Hakon looks at Lenny and Fumbus and goes, "You know what? Just go. Just get the pigs. Let's get this over with." So Lenny is off to the abandoned shacks. Right? Yes. At the end of your move step, if you are at a blood pig bout location, encounter it. All right, so she's got to fight her way through the crowd first. She can use, it could be a combat check, or it can be acrobatics, fortitude, melee, or survival. She just now happens to have acrobatics because of... No, she doesn't. I didn't check that, so no. So what do we want to use there? Fortitude, no. Melee, no. Survival, duh. So her survival is D10 plus 6. So, basically this is great. She auto passes this. So that's a 6. That's a 13. If defeated, draw the top card of your location. If it's a Bane, banish it. What? So, this is not a Bane. This is not a Bane. This is a squealing pig. All right, so this is awesome. Okay. Is a squealing pig's closing? Non-closing. Oh, we got lucky. Yeah. Okay, so that's not a Bane. That is a boon for sure. Yeah. And this is taken care of for now. She's going to do her first exploration of the turn. This represents a squealing pig. So not only does Lenny get through the crowd, she grabs a pig and keeps on running. Okay. To close or to guard, now that she's found the closing item in here, she can, which is super lucky, we can summon and defeat the danger, which is a thug. So she goes running. Okay, so 5 or 6 people are all fighting over trying to grab this pig. It goes underneath the market stall, and Lenny quickly changes into a mouse, and she goes underneath there, and the pig is stuck underneath a certain part of the market. The people are trying to scramble around it. Lenny goes in, she finds it, she scares it, it goes running out. She's on it, she grabs it, and then when she looks up, there's this big brutish dude. I think that's my piggy. Okay. Before acting, you may either banish a boon or attempt a strength, charisma, diplomacy, or melee 4 plus 3, 7. If you fail... Okay. So this is her to hold on to that pig while he tries to grab it from her. Let's do... She's not super great. Oh, well, see, this is where that D10 is going to come in helpful. For her now, her new strength. So she got to get 7 on D10. This is not the best there. It's intelligence, strength, survival. Does she have a blessing? Fine. All right. She's gonna play her hero blessing in order to bless this check, which means it gives her another D10. If the character attempting this check moved this turn, bless twice instead. Yeah, we are definitely moved, so that's 3d10. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. Nope. She takes no damage as this guy kind of picks... So this guy grabs her and picks her up, her and the pig, because Lenny's she's a gnome. And what he doesn't understand is that she's a savage fucking beast. And when he picks her up, he's like, "Oh, well, I guess I got 2 piggies." And that's when shit goes south for this guy. She's going to assume Drugami form. Yeah, sure. That's what she's going to do. Drugami's her best friend, but she becomes him often. Combat's 10. Okay, so I could do there 16. This is going to be a 16 or a 10 charisma. We're just going to go 16. So her survival is D10. And she has a D4. Another D4. And D4. What else do I want to do? You know what? She's gonna go Fox. That way. What I mean by going Fox is a little bit of more of my fictional kind of way. Mechanically, what she's doing is putting this on the bottom of her deck in order to assume this shape. That's what I call it. And she gets to use her survival, which is a D10 plus 6 plus 2 D4s. And then I can, let's see, that's 10. Oh, actually, she only needs a 10 now because this is plus 6. 10, well, I guess that's pretty good chance she's going to get a 10 out of this. All right, let's do it. I'm not going to, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, this guy's tougher than we thought. I'm not going to be able to re-roll that too. So she chose the wrong form. So she goes Fox, and it doesn't work out good. He like screams out and throws her, and she hits the ground. She still has the pig, but she hits a market stall and falls on the ground, and she's taking that wasn't a 7. Wait, was that a 7? That wasn't a 7. Was it? Did I just roll a fucking 7? That was like a 1. Yeah. That was a 1. That was 6. I'm pretty sure that was 6. 6 was 6. 12. The difference is 4, so she's taking 4 points of damage. Wow. Yeah. So I have to discard 4 cards, which is the rest of her hand. So this guy throws her. She goes flying. Now she's running into the abandoned shacks with the pig. Hold on to the pig. That's a discard. That was a recharge. So she has the pig, but she did not close the location. The location is still open. That's going to end her turn. She's going to draw back up to her hand size. 3, 4, 5. Lenny is running off into the abandoned shacks. It is now Hakon's turn. We're going to roll to see which location one of the crowds is at now. And he's going to run there. He is at the pits. The Wolverine pits. There's a big screaming and crying. Some kid had grabbed one of the blood pigs, one of the pigs, and was attempting to throw it into the pits to get his point, and people are fighting him, and the pig got free, and now Hakon's after him. Hakon has to fight through the crowd first. His melee, though, is pretty sick. His melee is a D10 plus 3. So basically, he just needs to get a 4. Yes. Well, judging by how things have been going, I don't want to chance this. So let's... I need to check discard to bless. If it's a non-combat check against a Bane, add your charisma. This is going to be overkill, but I don't want to fail. Okay. Yes. He shoulders through, throwing people aside, and sees the pig. Then he gets the... What's a spell? It's not a Bane. That was the bonus part of that thing. That card. All right. At this location, when you fail a check to acquire or defeat, suffer 1 combat damage. Draw a number of cards to close. Draw a number of cards equal to the number of local characters and recharge your hand. Okay, so the first thing he's going to find, let's see if he finds this spell. Intelligence, Wisdom, Arcane, Divine, which he has none of those. He is a spellcaster, but he is not. He's kind of a spellcaster. His spells he's learned through legends and song. Intelligence, Wisdom. He's not so wise. D6. He ain't gonna get this. Stealth is good. Diplomacy. Ooh, wait. I could try. Oh, what's Misform do? When you encounter a non-incorporeal monster, banish to evade it. I got a bunch of these kind of spells. I'm not even going to make the check. I'm not going to make a check and let that go. We're going to let the pig run away. So we're going to go ahead and end his turn without exploring again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll move on to Fumbus's turn and see where the... Oh. That pig is still at the pits. And Fumbus comes running in between Hakon's legs to try to grab it. He's got to get through the crowd as well, though. Fumbus might struggle because he doesn't have fortitude or acrobatics, melee, or survival. So he might just have to fight his way through this, which isn't too bad. Oh, why not? He's gonna blast his way through the crowd. Fumbus doesn't care. Whereas Hakon just shoulders people through people around a little bit. Linny is gonna run in and out and do a really good job of avoiding people and shape-shifting. Fumbus is just gonna like force missile his way through this. People get hurt. It's fight to the pig. Death of the pig. All right, force missile. Arcane plus his Arcane's D8 plus 2. And then this time plus 2d4. Let's do 2 red ones. Plus 2. So he needs a 10 on 8, 12, 16. 10 out of 16. He needs... Well, actually, he's adding attack, force, and magic. Does that... All right, so he can... We're going to recharge a card. An attack card to add D4, which is going to bring another D6 into the mix because we're adding fire to the mix. So he casts force missile with a little extra. Here we go. Pew pew pew. Shpoo. Magic rips through the crowd. People go flying. Some guy's on fire. People put him out. Well, actually, they don't even give a shit. They put him out by running over top of him. And out of the smoke comes Fumbus running after the pig. We got to see if he keeps this. 4, 6. Does he keep it? Or does he recharge it? I mean, it's a better way to put it. I think so. 6. Wait, well, hold on. This is 6. Yeah, 6. That's all we need. Okay. We're recharging it. We get to look at this. We get to examine this. Ooh, it is not a boon. All right. Does he stop to pick up the shiny that dropped out of one of the guy who's on fire's pocket or belt? Shiny. Strength, dexterity, melee, ranged. Oh, we're going to do ranged for sure. That's D10 plus 3. I'm not going to bless or anything. It is a pretty cool dagger. What's it do? I can, for your combat check, reveal to use strength, melee, ranged, plus 1d4, plus 1. Really? He's pretty exceptionally good at... This would be a nice little weapon for him. So all he needs is a 4 on it. I'm not going to waste my blessings. He goes to grab it. And he decides to go for the pig. Boo. But it's just within his grasp, and it's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He passes his turn. In order for me, I get 1 free draw to encounter from this deck, from this location deck. And then if I want to keep drawing, I have to spend blessings. Oh, dudes. I got so wrapped up, I forgot a huge... Wow, it's like I just started playing this game. We haven't been doing it. Why don't you guys count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 7. We have the hour deck that we haven't been doing. So that was Fumbus's turn. Now we're at Lenny. She's running through the abandoned shacks. The hour is the Cyclone. The difficulty of her non-combat check against a Bane is increased by 3. Ooh. Okay. That kind of sucks. Well, actually, I don't know if she's going to be in the abandoned shacks. Let's see where the crowd is. The crowd's still at the pits. But, you know... Okay, so, yeah, Lenny's going to go to the pits, for sure. She's going to come doubling back, because I don't want to be adding cards to the final deck, the final location. Final location. All right. Lenny doubles back through the abandoned shack. She loses the thug and heads back to the plaza. Her idea is she wants to throw the pig in the pit. And she manages, with everyone running around chasing the one pig around the pit, she manages to run right over and with no, well, actually, she really doesn't want to do this. She likes animals way more than she likes anybody else. This is so against her. Yeah, pigs are good eating. So I was supposed to draw that, actually. That's what was supposed to happen. That proxy, where did that go? Where did you go? Oh, right here. So this, which represents the squealing pig, goes next to the pits, and what happens is when we have as many squealing pigs in the pit as there are locations that are open, the pig game will be over, and we will unlock the final location. So she throws the piggy in the pit, and, well, technically she's got to fight through the crowd to do it. So let's do that. And this is a non-combat check against the Bane is increased by 3. So she can do she can do this, but it's going to be 10. Well, her survival is +6, so she needs to get a 4, which didn't really work last time. Now did it? So let's not F around. She needs to cure herself. We'll do that in a minute. Okay. Or maybe I just do the combat. That might be better. Okay. She's gonna recharge an animal, survival, D4, D4. And she needs to get a 6 because she has +6. 10, 14, 16. So what did she morph into? Not a leech. She's a rabbit. Boom, boom. Hops through the crowd, somehow managing to hold on to a pig. She's a rabbit riding the pig. And the pig just freaked out, runs straight where she wants it to, and she jumps off while the pig runs itself into the pit. She changed back into Lenny, and a yell goes out from the creepy little gnome on the stage, who yells the little green goblin, which pisses Lenny off, but but the one pig that everyone's chasing runs right by her when he says that. So she goes chasing it and decides that she'll pay the gnome back for that insult later. Not that there's anything wrong with goblins. She does love Fombus in her way, but she ain't gonna be called a goblin. Okay, so she got through the crowd. She ditches the pig. She's going to, before she draws her free card for the turn, she's going to cast Cure because she's 4 cards in the hole right now. She does a quick incantation to boost herself. Heals herself 5 cards. How awesome is that? That's the pits. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks for coming and joining me. Usually Fridays are pretty slow. So everybody seems to have something going on. I get a lot more views on my YouTubes for this particular game than I do on Twitch. I think it's just because it's Fridays. Okay, so she did that. At the end of her turn, I have to determine whether or not she gets to discard that or recharge it. Recharging means put it on the bottom of the... recharging means she puts it on the bottom of her deck. Let's see what's up. Oh, I was supposed to check this anyway. Oh, it's a pig. Guess who grabs that pig? She grabs the pig as it's thrown. She says her little incantation while she's running after the pig. Grabs it. Can I do this right now? Yeah, she's gonna grab, turn, and chuck it into the pit, all in one kind of motion. The gnome yells out again, "Another one for the goblin!" To close the pits, draw a number of cards equal to the number of local characters. I believe just Hakon is here, so that's 1. Then recharge your hand, which means everything. So she has 1 card, but it is closed, and she can shuffle her deck when closed. The crowd, now that the pig is gone, yells and screams and moves off to other pastures. So this location is now closed and no longer part of our... And she's going to roll this and recharge that. And we're moving on to Hakon's turn. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hakon. Right on. Right on. Tomorrow night is I play the Pathfinder Adventure Card Game, which is by the same guy, Mike Selinker, and it's his own IP, and it's more of a Monster of the Week meets Supernatural kind of thing. And tomorrow I'm ending the one of the books that we're doing. He calls it's like chapters or a series of 9 missions, and this book happens to be the book of the Deathless, which is primarily undead, dealing with a demigod of death. And tomorrow's my characters have found themselves. Actually, I'm not going to give it away, but tomorrow they're going to face off against this. It's going to be the final episode in that book. Should be terribly exciting. Hakon, the hour is the uprising. Your non-combat checks against a Bane is blessed. Are blessed? Your non-combat check against a Bane is blessed. That's a good card right there. Right there. Okay. So, where are we going? Well, let's roll. Now we're at a D6. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are tenements along the opposite of the abandoned shacks that a cry goes up as a pig is spotted. Hakon heads off as quick as possible. Non-combat check against the Bane is blessed. That means he's going to do his melee right here. So it's blessed is D10 plus D10. And yeah, Hakon moves through these crowds like butter. Bam, he's a big to let you know, Hakon. This is my boy Hakon. My girl ain't. Oh wait, yeah, just check over there. Oh, you can always catch up on YouTube too. I rip everything 24 hours later and put it on YouTube. But it's on at midnight. I do all my stuff. Everything's at midnight Eastern time. So So I think it's 10 your time, isn't it? All right, you're CST, right? Isn't that 2 hours from Eastern? So I'd be at the exact same time. Okay. Yeah, he has no problem shouldering through this crowd. And let's see, his first and only exploration. Oh, at this location, on your check to acquire an ally, you may bury a boon to add 1d8. Okay. So he's the first one. He tears through this crowd. He's the first one into this collection of buildings and tenements. He sees a little pink tail whiz by, and looks over and is, we'll see. Actually, we'll see. Oh, it's diplomacy. Psh, yeah. That's kind of his game. Does diplomacy is +6 now? Yeah, it is +6. So he needs an 8. The one, all he had to do was roll a 2. All he had to do was roll a 2. That's it. So he runs by this stall of this old fortune teller or older lady who doesn't necessarily curse him, but she doesn't give a blessing either. Let's this is an urban location, isn't it? I'm gonna discard his ally here to explore. If you're at an urban location, when you encounter a card, you may evade it and explore again. Let's see. Liquid Courage. This is most certainly while displayed. Remove your Scourge frightened. You may banish to ignore monsters before acting powers. Oh, interesting. I wonder if Fumbus would like that. Intelligence and craft. Yeah, because, well, we'll try. You know what? No. I can evade this and encounter again. So that means I can shuffle this in. Oh. All right. Next card. Ooh. Are you kidding me? Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. Would Fumbus want this? For your combat, you revealed a 1d8 plus 1d4. Oh, man. Fumbus would definitely want this. So, and how many weapons can Fumbus carry? 2. Okay, so Hakon's dexterity is only a d6, but is there something he can use? Oh, he can bless himself. The betrayal. He's going to, on your check, discard to bless twice. So that means I have to add 2d6. That's 18. I mean, that's nice and all, but can Fumbus help him as well? Well, well, no, it's not an intelligence check. Oh, I could have used that before, but no. Damn. Okay, we're just gonna take a chance. Try to get it. Huh, that's funny. So if I would have not used this guy for exploration, I could have used him to get 2d12 for this. Alright, so that's 11. So he does not see the shiny bow as he crosses by, runs through the little sub-market through the tenements. That was a discard. Boo. But that does end his turn. He is at 5 cards. And we pass the turn to Fumbus. The hour is the publican. When you would discard an ally, recharge it instead. Okay. Ooh, he doesn't have any allies, so. Where is the crowd now? 1, 2, 3. That would be... Oh, wait. No, it'd be 1, 2, 3. That's the tenement. Still in the tenement. So that's where Fumbus is, following the crowd just behind Hakon. Hakon got through before he did. Here we go with combat. He's got to fight his way every time. Or... No, I love this gem of physical prowess. He's going to use this on a non-combat check, so he can use it for acrobatics, fortitude, melee, or survival. He's going to use his strength, his dexterity. I think, yeah, his dexterity is D10 plus 2. So he needs to roll a 5. Got 50-50. Okay. Alright. This might be his first. No. That was a 10. So, Fumbus, he's quick. He's pretty quick. He sees some people fall down. Other people are running on top. He takes advantage of that. He's jumping on people. Before you know it, he's running across a couple shoulders before falling down in front of... Well, not falling down. Jumping down in front of the crowd. Running out. He sees... Ooh. If defeated, draw the top card of your location. If it's a Bane, banish it. This gang of people who are... They just start... Actually, yeah, that's exactly... Okay, so this is what happens. He's running through the crowd. He's not... he's nimble, but he's not terribly strong. Or doesn't have the constitution. But the crowd starts fighting each other, and he takes advantage of that, and he's jumping off people and running over, and he gets out ahead of it because of the fight that breaks out. So he's in the tenements now, looking for that pig. This is a recharge. Gotta get that pig. Ooh. On a check to acquire an ally, you may bury a boon to add 1d8. This is an ally that Lenny would definitely want. Wait, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not. I think that, but it's not an animal. She's all about the animal allies. I think Fumbus would like this ally. What's so? Powers on a local dexterity check or a local check before acting. When you would discard an ally, recharge it. Okay. Local dexterity check or a local check before acting, recharge to add 1d6. Huh. Wisdom, survival. Oh, he's not good at any of those, though. Wisdom, survival, charisma, diplomacy. Oh, boy. That is all Hakon's game. Electrician. His intelligence is D8. Alright, fine. And plus it? No. Shoot. The only chance he's got is by using this. The Hidden Truth. Which in... Oh, add 1d4 to intelligence non-combat checks. Or does that count, though? Alright, so he can discard to use his intelligence die, which is a d8, instead of his wisdom, survival, charisma, or diplomacy, which he does not have. It would be all d4. So it's d8, and he gets +1 for intelligence, right? Yeah, +1. We need to roll a 7 to get the score at Erie's. Of course not. The rolls have not been all that great tonight for me. I hope they bode well better. I hope that bodes better tomorrow. I hope that does not bode ill for tomorrow. Yeah. Discard. He didn't get out ahead of this crowd to miss out on meeting a new friend. We're going to discard this to explore. It's that liquid courage again. This is a check that's more along his lines. He gets D8 plus his craft is now +4. Yeah. So he needs a 5. All right, there ain't no liquid courage either. Right on. All right, buddy, you're drawing up to 6. Lenny, the hour is Pharasma's knowing. On your check against an undead. You know, I didn't freaking bury a boon to add 1d8. Hold on. What did I roll? I rolled a 5. I rolled a 5, if I remember correctly. Allow me to cheat. 5 plus 7 is 12. I will take it. He did meet his friend. So Fomus gets out ahead of the crowd. He runs smack dab into somebody. He had come around a corner and ran into it, and it was he can't tell at first whether he ran into a person, a small man, or a rat. It turns out the rat was shape-shifting back into a man, and they look at each other, and both of them being, well, Fomus being a goblin and this fellow being a were-rat. It's not that they're best friends automatically, but they're a lot more indisposed to being nice to each other. At least in this situation where they have a crowd of fighting humans coming barreling into their home. Ares has happened to be chasing the pig too. Or no, he saw where the pig was. He goes, hey, psst, this way. And so he's going to show Fumbus where the pig is. Now we're moving on to Lenny's turn, which is on your check against the undead card, add 1d6. You could say I bend the rules just a little bit sometimes. Well, no, I take my trav. That's what we used to call it. All right, Lenny, where is the crowd now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lenny hears a cry out at the abandoned shacks, so she heads over there. Fighting through the crowd that is there to find that pig, she needs she automatically passes because she has. I'll roll, but she automatically passes. She gets to look at this. It is not a bane, so it doesn't go anywhere. It's boring. Characters may not play allies. Interesting. I gotta remember that. Okay. I have a feeling she's gonna run and jump off this tower shield that's leaning up against one of the walls of the abandoned shacks. Her constitution is, well, she can roll D10 now. Oh, I have to recharge a card. Yeah, why not? We'll see if she picks up a tower shield. She rolled a 9. She uses it. Okay, so she sees the pig go down some stairs. And as she's running, she sees this large, what she takes at first to be a large plank of wood. And she knocks it down and then jumps on it and then does the whole Legolas thing where she's riding down the stairs on this shield after the pig. And because she's doing that, we're going to go ahead and explore again. and she moved this turn, so she gets to recharge this instead. Battle Axe. Wow. Okay. Well, that's another D10 for her if she wants, or if I want to recharge a card. I'll recharge the Tower Shield to. Wow. As she's going down, there's she almost beans. Okay, so there's this large stick ahead of her that she's going to hit her head on. She reaches up and she grabs it, and it comes loose, almost making her fall off the shield, shield sled that she's riding down. And when she realizes what she got, that somebody had stuck a battle axe and left an old rusty battle axe stuck in the wall of stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. But no Piggy. She hasn't caught it yet. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. She's gonna draw back up. Pass the turn. To Hakon, the Tyrant. When you fail a charisma check, suffer 1d4 combat damage and scourge wounded. Alright. So, Hakon, where's the crowd now? 3. 1, 2. Oh, right. At the tenement. The crowd has burst into the tenement. Hakon hasn't managed to find the squealing pig just yet, so he's got to fight back through the crowd. It's not too big of a deal for him. Well, at least it shouldn't be. On a local strength check, do I want to make sure I get through this? I kind of do. Yeah, on a local strength check, you may discard a card to add your diplomacy. I will do that. Okay. He busts through he gets through the crowd, but not by throwing people around. He breaks up a fight to be able to get through. And then, as he breaks up the fight, pulls two guys off of each other. As he does that, whoa, revealed is the pig cowering underneath a market stall, abandoned market stall. Like no one's seen it yet. It's just staring out with wide eyes, scared. He runs over and scoops it up. And to close this location, he has to bury a boon. Burying means he can't use it the rest of the game. Sure, we'll do this one. He buries a boon and rushes back to the pits. 1, 2. We got it. So he rushes back to the pits, tosses the pig in, and we're all on the same team here. The gnome cries, "Winner, winner, piggy dinner!" And there's like a lot of pissed off shouts, a lot of aw. The crowd suddenly gets quiet. It must happen quite a bit here in town because it's like people are just stopping and going about their way. Hakon wonders why it was said that people would get the tall knife if everyone complained no one's being killed. But the way that the gnome and these couple big dudes come out and they pick up the throne, and the crazy dude on it's like giggling, laughing, and cackling as they kind of take him back into the interior of this building that Hakon realizes the stage is built out of. So no one's getting the tall knife, but also no one's going to be meeting this speaker. What is his name? Salvatore Scream. Suddenly, though, this elvish woman that he had no idea who she was before, that appeared beside him and offered him up and his friends to play the blood pig, is there again at his side. And she screams, if you're not going to bring it, speaker, scream out, Salvatore out, they were coming in, right? And she says to him, this half-elf lady, and Hakon's like, yeah, and then suddenly Linny and Fumbus are there. And, okay, Hakon's going in. We're going in. Let's see, that was we're going to go ahead and end this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he looks down at Lenny, and Lenny gives him the nod. Because Lenny's going to take care of that gnome for calling her a goblin. He knows better. He knows better. He was actually intentionally being insulting to her. Calling her a goblin. Thinks he's funny. 3, 4, 5. All right. So, that means... Oh, hold on. We're going to draw the hour first. Deathless' duality. On your check against a spell, add 1d4. All right. We are entering the throne room. At this location, at the start of your turn, you may recharge an item to draw a card. Okay. Fumbus. Fumbus has a new buddy. So you may recharge an item to draw a card. I don't have an item. So, we don't have to worry about the blood pig bout anymore. That's the crowd is dissipated. We had the when the half elf yells that we're coming in. The emperor, the emperor obviously gets very startled and afraid. Like this is all. That's when Hakon realizes that most of this is just a game. It's probably a crazy game they play all the time. That's why nobody gets their head chopped off by the tall knife. So he says something to the big dudes that are carrying him, and they kind of they run a little faster, and the door shuts. Shaboom, and not sure why he's even going. Not sure why Lenny is all for it. She's usually not the one that wants this kind of thing. Hakon follows the elf lady. She's like, here, I know a way in from the side. So she takes him back in an alley around it. And the building is it looks like it's an old church. Probably the church had probably left Old Korsova and moved into the other city, or maybe they all died from the plague. But sure enough, there's a side door, and they all kind of file in. It's unlocked. They file into, and let's see, Fumbus is in there first. Oh boy, look at that. They move in, and let's see what this is. Would this be? Yes, it's the kitchen. When they come up on the door, there's a lot of refuse outside. It's like stuff's been dumped. The rats scatter like crazy. And they open up the door, and it's the little entryway, and then they're in the kitchen. And Jabir is in there making himself and his emperor lunch, giggling to himself while he cuts up a pig. Before acting, you may, if you have the gnome trait, you may discard a card to add 1d12 to your checks to defeat. Okay, so he's got a combat and then combat, which means two of us can do this. The difficulty to defeat is increased by twice the hour's level. This hour is level 1, so it's going to be 2. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Fumbus is going to take the first roll. Because he's first one in the door. He's hungry for more excitement. He's all hopped up on pig balls, goofballs. Pig balls doesn't sound as funny as goofballs. It sounds way different. Right. Let's do it. Fumbus hasn't been able to let loose. He doesn't really have any. He's going to go ahead and do lightning touch. So, arcane, 2d4. He needs a 13. So that's not going to do it necessarily. Oh, this is the electricity trait? No. No, but he does have blessings. No, that's somebody else's. Oh, wait, he doesn't. Somebody else has a blessing, that's for sure. The joke. Or... Alright. Hakon's going to play this. The joke. This blesses him. I'm going to add another d8. And then we have plus 2. So he needs a 13. He needs 11. 6. Oh, wow. That's exactly 11. I hate rolling a 1 on a d8. That kind of sucks. So, Fumbus jumps into this the kitchen and immediately sees Jabir doing like singing, giggling to himself, like carves up some meat. It's got a hunk of bread, and then Fumbus is on the table, and he lightnings first, and is going to ask questions later. He wants to shock the guy to let him know they're there and that they mean business, although he's not sure what business that is. But he does it not to kill him, and he hits him, and he does exactly what he wants him to do. Jabber goes and is like stuck there for a second, long enough for Lenny and Hakon and this elf chick to run in. But the moment Lenny runs in, she sees it. She narrows her eyes, and it's on for this guy. Through these, we see the gnome's eyes go, whoa, oh shit, when he sees Lenny. He knew what he did. All right, that's a discard. So now Lenny has the gnome trait, so she's going to add 1d12 to... Oh, she can discard a card. Sure, she will discard a card. That is not a problem. She'll discard that battle axe she found. And then she's going to... She's going to assume a giant mouse. Form. A lot of gnomes are afraid of mice. I don't know if you knew that or not. And she assumes the size of a dire mouse, basically. And she threw the dice, and yes, Jabber seems to be incredibly afraid of a dire mouse. And Lenny attacks. It's D10 plus 2d4, and then we add a d12. Wherever d12 might be. Don't use that typically very often. Where are you? I guess I can roll 2d6 if I can't find the d12. Could have swore there was one out here. Here we go. Alright. Alright. Jabir. I think you're about to get Lennied, bro. 6, 14. Needs a 15. That is 20 something. So, when the lightning kind of wears off as the dire mouse is coming at him, Jabir screams like a little girl gnome and goes to run, but the dire mouse is on him. And Lenny had absolutely no mercy for this crazy little guy. And Hakon and Fumbus have learned to just don't stop, just keep going. Don't pay attention to the savagery that is Lenny. Thankfully, it doesn't last that long, but Jabber does not get back up at all, ever. If undefeated, nope, he got defeated, all right. He is not a closing minion, though, so we cannot close. We have to keep going, because we're looking for Salvatore Scream or this crazy Emperor dude. Lenny is going to draw back up to 5, pass the turn. Oh, wait, hold on. Technically, that wasn't Lenny's turn. She's not drawing back up. That was technically Fumbus's turn. Fumbus needs to roll to see if he gets to recharge this, and he does. Excellent. And then he's going to end his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to pass it over to Lenny now. So Lenny savaged the gnome up, the sickness. The hour is a sickness. When you suffer damage, suffer the scourge plagued. Ooh, well, we don't want that to happen. She races through the door. She's just all lit up now. That's what she's doing. Okay, well, it's going to be a short night. Maybe. We'll see. Because she goes to run out the door. Oh, no. She doesn't. Okay, so that's the thing. Lenny looks up when she hears someone go, Jabir! And it's the Emperor come into the kitchen looking for his little gnome. Where's my frickin' sandwich? And he sees her. And then he gets this crazy psychotic look in his eye. Before acting, each local character rolls their wisdom. If the number of cards in their hand exceeds the result, they recharge a number of random cards equal to the difference. Oh, wow, that's weird. Okay, so let's do Lenny first. Her rolls her wisdom. It is D10 plus 3. 7. If the number of cards in their hand exceeds the result, they recharge. No, that was 7, so she's good. Hakon is D4. His is 2. He's got a recharge 2. Okay. That's fine. And then Fumbus is going, he rolls a 4. So he's going to recharge 2. 1, 2. Sure. All right. He gets this madness look in his eye, and Lenny sees it. Hakon and Fumbus don't see it fast enough, but she knows right away what he's going to do. He knows what he's going to do, and he moves on her, pulling out this really nasty knife out of his robe. God knows where it was or what's on it. Lenny can practically see the filth on the knife, and he comes at her, which is probably a bad idea for him. I don't want to talk too much shit because we rolled kind of bad earlier, and she should have messed that thug up. But this, I think this isn't going to go so well for Piltz Swaddle. All right, it's a 2-shotter again. Oh, it's ore. Well, this is not Lenny, so there is no ore. There's no ore diplomacy, or diplomacy period. Lenny. So one of our leech allies, yeah. Lenny pulls this form out. Yeah. I don't think she'd do this with this dude. But she gets like these suckers all up her arms. She kind of gets she'll take the portion of the form. She's going to get rubbery and slippery and hard to stab. All right, so that's going to be D10. 2D4. And she needs a 13. Oh, that's going to automatically add a 1d6. 10, 14, 8, 10, 16, 20, 24, 13. It's a little less than 50. Oh, wait. Look at this. On a local check, buried a bless twice. Don't mind if I do. That's 2. This guy, this guy's got it. This is bad. This is bad for him. He's getting leeched. There we go. Look at that. 23, 28. Okay. Pitts McSwaddle, or whatever his name is, he doesn't last long. In fact, we get an audible, like, oh, from Fumbus and Hakon. Lenny, okay. All right. You feeling better? Lenny says, or she just looks at him like, yeah, I'm feeling better. Right, okay. Did they insult you? And she points at the gnome. Okay. Alrighty then. This is Hakon. This was her. So the the elf lady cackles and claps as when Lenny gets up off of the Emperor of Old Korsova. And they go further into the looking. She runs past them, starts yelling out for Salvatore Scream. And they find him farther in. He's chained to an easel, painting the Emperor's Theater, exemplary execrables. It says here it's violent, colorful, and uninspired. Do you have any older works? The elf says to him, and he nods, and he's very excited to show her. And he pulls out 3 paintings from behind. One's I don't know how this works in the story. This is all new to me, so I'm assuming it works in. One depicts a blue dragon towering over a castle while its citizens are impaled. The half-elf seems very happy about this one. But then suddenly Scream says, "Such a dreary life. Before we escape Old Korsova, we need to rescue the Seneschal. Only he can depose the queen. This is where Hakon goes, huh? Coincidentally enough, just by following this, we might have found somebody who's going to help us or have an idea how to escape Old Korsova, or the guy just might be insane. So that's where where our heroes. This is a fun little adventure. They're playing. I like the sandbox that Pathfinder's has built to play the game. It doesn't get as crazy mechanically as Apocrypha does, but it does play. This was cool. So next week will be Wrath of the Arconos. Who knows what that's going to bring us? And these guys will all get a hero point, so I get to level them up a little bit. And yeah, that was it. That was pretty easy. Well, I got 2 top draws. I mean, that's a little ridiculous, yeah, personally. Rain Survives, thank you very much, sir, for joining me. If you're still around, I will check you Monday. And yeah, you all have a good evening.
Viva la dungeon!